We'll attend the Irving ISD Elementary Art Show.
We'll celebrate Mardi Gras with the ICT Guild.
And we'll have highlights from the North Texas Teen Book Festival.
All this and more coming up About Town.
Hello everyone and welcome to About Town. I'm Letitia Niembo.
And I'm Kathy Whiteman. And Letitia, I am thrilled to have you back here in the co-host seat with me. What's been keeping you busy lately?
Still working here at ICTN, getting all the experience about production and gearing up for some own special projects of mine coming out.
Oh, that's exciting. Oh, maybe you'll give us a few hints about that later on.
Maybe.
Okay, we'll see. We're very glad that you're back too. For details on Petpalooza and for local history lovers, sporting the green.
Hector Guzman and Marguerite Korkmaz join us later this show with the news of the Irving Symphony Showcase concert. And Susan Kamyab returns to the show with a review on the second best exotic Marigold hotel.
As always, we invite you to email us and let us know about stories you'd like to see and about events you'd like to promote.
So please email us at ictn@cityofirving.org.
Irving ISD's excellent art curriculum begins in kindergarten, and every year we are astonished at what Irving's youngest artists produce. Susan Kamyab says this year's student work is no exception, so here's a look.
Irving ISD elementary schools displayed their artwork for the annual spring exhibit held at the Irving Art Center.
I think it's nice to see it all in a setting like this when you have a variety of art and everything's nicely displayed and evenly placed out. It's also nice to see the other schools' artwork as well, to get new lesson ideas and just see all these kids come together for art.
There was all sorts of art being showcased.
You've got three-dimensional pieces, you've got two-dimensional, you have chalk pastel, you have printmaking, you have painting, you have drawing, so it should be a wide variety displayed.
Many students were proud to show off their pieces.
My art is a snake made out of colored wire and wire. What I had to do was I had to draw what animal I was going to use. Then I needed to sculpt it with the wire and put some details on it, and I used the button as an eye and colored wire as the tongue.
We had to draw a cactus, and I drew cactus and put a little bit of shadow, and I also used chalk pastels to color it, and I did a sunset for the background.
Though these students enjoyed presenting their art to the public, showing it to their families meant so much more.
It's great, just because I get to show them how hard I've been working at school.
They get to see how I'm doing and what I can really do and how far I can really push my limits of doing something out of the box.
A night like this is a big event for the students, but it's just as exciting for the teachers who encourage their creativity.
I love teaching my students. I teach the elementary level because they still have that ambition for learning and everything is still exciting and new. And it's great to see just the excitement when they produce something that they're really proud of.
Art continues to be an outlet where students can express themselves.
If you are upset or something, that's a way I get my emotions out.
One thing I really like about art is there are no limits. There's no right or wrong. Yeah, and nobody can tell you what you can draw or what you have to do or what details you have to put on it.
The pieces displayed this year were unique and inspiring, making the city proud to be among such talented young artists. For About Town, this is Susan Kamyab reporting.
The Elementary Art Show continues in the Irving Art Center main gallery through March 15th, and the middle school show begins March 18th. We'll bring you that story as well.
Irving Community Theater Guild definitely let the good times roll at their annual Mardi Gras fundraiser. Susan was there to bring us these highlights.
Good evening. Welcome to the 13th annual Mardi Gras celebration tonight. Woo-hoo!
This year, more than 100 guests came out to the Las Colinas Country Club.
We are having a wonderful time
To celebrate Mardi Gras and help raise money for ICT Mainstage Irving Las Colinas.
So all the funds that we raise here will be used, we will donate them to the theater. Last year we gave them $16,000.
As the night began, guests drank and mingled as they bid on the silent auction items.
Our silent auction items include probably about 40 different restaurants that have donated gift certificates upwards of $150. And we have all kinds of theaters around town that have donated.
The event also included a wine raffle, a dinner, live music, and a Mardi Gras parade, which was led by the King and Queen, Debbie and Alan Fleck. This Mardi Gras celebration was a successful fundraiser that brought the color and liveliness of New Orleans straight to Irving. For About Town, this is Susan Kamyab reporting.
The next show supported by the ICT Guild is A Flea in Her Ear, opening March 20th in the Dupree Theater. For show times and ticket information, visit irvingtheater.org.
Pet lovers rejoice. Petpalooza is coming up fast, and Corey Price joins me with the details. Corey, thanks so much for being here today.
No problem. It was my pleasure to be here.
So for the folks in the community who have not already experienced the fun that is Petpalooza, can you tell us what that is?
Sure. It's an event out at the Animal Care Campus where we bring out pet-friendly vendors. We have live bands and entertainment. So it should be a fun day for families and their pets.
That is wonderful. So if you've got a pet that you want to bring out just to enjoy the day, that's one thing to do, but you've also got some services there for pets that people will really be interested in.
We do. This year we will be giving away free pet microchips while supplies last. We only have so many. We also have some low-cost vaccinations happening the same day.
And that's really valuable and important for your pet if you want to keep them healthy. And if they get away from you, that's the great purpose of microchipping. And there may be folks that don't know that process. So can you talk about that as well?
The microchip itself is about the size of a grain of rice, so it's fairly small. It's a one-time injection, and it stays in under the skin of the dog or the cat. And we have scanners at the animal shelter and at local veterinary hospitals so that we can scan that animal if they're lost, and we'll be able to contact those people and reunite them with their lost pet. It sure makes a difference.
That's peace of mind right there in a little microchip, so that's a wonderful thing. But wait, folks, there's more. You've got bands, you've got pet-friendly vendors. Talk a little bit about who we can expect to see.
We do. We have a visit from the Blackland Prairie Raptor Center. We also have gentlemen coming out with all kinds of snakes for a little bit of show and tell. And we have live bands throughout the day, so it's definitely worth coming out. Should be a great time.
One of our favorite bands around here, Thursday after 5, they'll be there as well. And one of the neat things about them, as you've said to me before, is kind of the music that they play. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Thursday after 5 is a few of the guys from building services here in the city, and the songs that they write are original, and they're all about the city of Irving. So there's a song about the Las Colinas Mustangs, there's a song about working for the city, there's a song about a few folks that have retired. So it's really fun, and they're kind of a bluesy rock kind of band.
Well, and it's great community focus and get people out there to, say hello to folks that they already know and meet some new friends. So how can you miss with Petpalooza? I mean, really.
Exactly. And we only do an event like this once a year, so it's definitely worth coming out to the campus and having lots of fun with your family and your pets.
That's great. So give us the details.
The event is actually March 28th, which is a Saturday. The event starts at 10 a.m. and it will finish up around 2 o'clock. And all throughout the day, we'll have all those entertainment bits that we talked about, the bands, the Blackland Prairie Raptor Center, the microchips, the vaccines, all that stuff will be going on all day long. And the pet-friendly vendors. You never know what you can find for your dog or cat when you visit all the vendors out there.
That is great. Well, thank you so much for being here. And folks, remember that is March 28th. And if you want to have a good time, Petpalooza is the place to be.
Definitely.
Bring out your dog. Thank you so much, Corey.
Thank you.
Back to you, Letitia.
The second best exotic Marigold Hotel welcomes back their all-star cast with some great additions to spice up the action. Susan Kamyab says the movie is a delightful follow-up with these nice surprises. Here's a look.
The Marigold Hotel has been going properly for 8 months now. People who come and go, but there's been a core of regulars from the beginning, and Sunny takes a roll call every morning.
A most valuable precaution to ensure that nobody has died in the night.
The best exotic Marigold Hotel did so well the first time around that now it's back, looking to expand with the second best Marigold Hotel. The original all-star cast, including Dev Patel, Judi Dench, Bill Nighy, Cecilia Emery, Maggie Smith, and many more have returned to bring laughter, fun, and a little bit of Bollywood to the big screen. As the sequel opens, we discover hotel owner Sonny and his co-manager Muriel want to expand and hope to open a second Marigold. With plans underway, we rejoin the regular hotel guests in India. Some have stabilized relationships, while others struggle to admit true feelings. And things get a little more interesting when the recent arrival of Guy Chambers, played by the charming Richard Gere, finds himself drawn to Sonny's mother.
Well, then you should plan your life a little better. The last room's just going.
With great pride and joy, I offer you room 6, the jewel in our crown, overlooking the restaurant.
I was hoping for somewhere quite private.
Another new guest? Like lemmings, they come to the cliff edge. That is the best exotic Marigold hotel.
I'm so sorry. We're full up.
Yes, there's plenty of romance to delve into with this film. Unfortunately, you will probably only care about a few. While some couples shine, others have trouble staying relevant and interesting to the storyline. I'm looking at you, Bill Nighy. As much as I love the actor, his lifeless performance and lack of chemistry with Judi Dench made their relationship boring and forgettable. Luckily, we are entertained so much by Dev Patel and his character's upcoming marriage to the love of his life, Suena, that the other couples come off as background noise. Besides the expansion of the hotel, the film centers around Sonny and Suena's wedding. Sonny can't seem to balance the two priorities, which leads to a troubling but humorous dilemma.
You should marry that girl.
I want to.
Sometimes it seems to me that the difference between what we want and what we fear is the width of an eyelash.
I'm so sorry. Were you talking to me?
I don't know why I tell you anything.
Because I'm older and wiser.
19 days older.
That's the entire lifespan of a wasp.
The second best Marigold hotel may be cheesy and predictable at times, but that doesn't make it any less enjoyable. With vibrant colors and a heartwarming tale, it's a sweet film for the whole family to watch. And for those looking to add to their DVD Blu-ray collection, might I suggest the now Academy Award-winning animated feature, Big Hero 6.
Got it. We jumped out a window.
No, quiet.
Shh, we jumped out.
The film follows a young prodigy named Hero, who develops a special bond with his older brother's creation called Baymax, an inflatable robot designed to serve as a personal health companion. But when Hero discovers that his own creation is being used for evil purposes, he transforms Baymax and his friends into a band of high-tech heroes. The Blu-ray includes a ton of exciting extras, like the Oscar-winning animated short Feast, 4 deleted alternate scenes with intro by the directors, and the origin story of Big Hero 6. Don't miss out on this lovable Disney journey. For About Town, this is Susan Kamyab reporting.
Yeah, going for a non-threatening, huggable kind of thing.
You will be all right. There.
So nice.
Oh, yeah.
Good robot.
Harry, baby.
The second best exotic Marigold hotel is currently playing at the Regal MacArthur Marketplace. You can catch more of Susan's reviews online at thischicksflix.com.
March is the month for all things green, and Patty Landers-Caperton and Joanne Brezawar join me with news on the Irving Heritage Society's green event. Well, ladies, Patty, I see that you came prepared in green.
Oh, yes.
And we're talking about a green event. What is the Heritage Society doing?
Well, now this is not recycling, Kathy.
Okay.
This is the Irving Heritage Society's general meeting. We have about 3 of those a year. We invite the public and our entire membership to come for a special program that we have planned.
That's wonderful. And that program is called Sportin' the Green. So are folks invited to wear green, Joanne? What's going on here?
Well, sure, because the date is St. Patrick's Day, and that's kind of how that came together. It was we were looking for a date, and when this date came up, it was a natural to just say, sport the green.
I like it very much. And what's the focus going to be for this particular meeting?
Well, the focus is about other local cities and what they're doing about their heritage, how they're showing off their past. And we've traveled around to the different museums in the Dallas area,
And we've come up with 3 outstanding programs from 3 fantastic cities.
That's great. So who can we expect to hear from?
Well, the names.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Just a little bit of recycling right there.
So it's going to be a panel discussion moderated by Thomas Close. Now, Thomas works for the Perot Museum. He's a manager of the experience at the Perot Museum.
Great.
Fantastic young man, and he's going to moderate, as I said. And the 3 people that are going to be on our panel, one is Robert Haynes. Now, Robert is the voice that you hear at the Jackie Towne Heritage House.
That's great.
And he has been very involved with Irving and with putting together some of our heritage. But he comes to us, he's the curator of the Interurban Railway Museum in Plano.
Oh, okay.
It's a fantastic thing to show how the rail, the interurban rail, worked back in its day in Plano.
And that's a nice tie-in for Irving as well because of our history and our heritage as a railroad town.
Oh, yes.
Great.
And he's a fantastic find to come. And Toyla Pointer is the curator of the A.W. Perry Homestead Museum in Carrollton. We toured that, and that's a little comparable to our Heritage House.
Okay.
The old things of its time. It's a beautiful, beautiful setting. And then we have Joanne Strandley, and she's the president of the Grapevine Historical Society. And Grapevine has put together many of the antiquities from their day in a very nicely housed building that resembles an ice shed or an ice house.
Oh, okay.
And it's
That's
quite
great.
well done. And they'll explain all this to you, and then they'll be to us as people attending, and Thomas will move them along, and we will learn more and more about those cities and what would be wonderful in Irving and why we celebrate the Irving Heritage Society.
That's great. So it's a wonderful way for people to come and see not just what Irving's doing, but what other cities are doing and where the potential is, and some partnerships. So Patty, give us the details. When's this happening?
Well, this will be on Tuesday, March 17th, and it'll begin at 7 p.m. So we welcome everyone. And, you know, Joanne was telling us about the panel, and what we're excited about is we've got some young people involved, younger folks involved on this panel that I think, you'll find very interesting.
Yeah, I think that's neat because it's everybody's history.
Right.
It doesn't start being your history once you've got a little free time to look at it. It's everybody's history. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. We're excited about that and look forward to spending St. Patrick's Day sporting the green.
Well,
I don't know if that was good or not, but thanks for being here. Back to you, Letitia.
Thank you.
The North Texas Teen Book Festival celebrated the explosion of great books for teens, tweens, and young adults, with over 50 authors and more than 2,000 fans. Here are some highlights.
One day, over 50 authors, more than 2,000 fans,
Save yourself!
endless stories.
The North Texas Teen Book Festival is a fabulous opportunity for young people to meet their favorite authors and for authors to connect with their readers.
A day for everybody just to enjoy reading and books.
I'm a huge Narnia fan. That was the one series that I read over and over again.
Book lovers from all over North Texas.
All over Texas.
And even other states.
From Kansas and just all over the United States.
Converged on the Irving Convention Center to meet their favorite authors.
What was it like to write MASH?
Discover new ones.
Absolutely.
And indulge their favorite pastime.
I just enjoy reading books, so I think it was interesting to listen to people's lectures and their different point of views.
I've always loved reading, and when I've heard about the festival, I knew a lot of these authors, and I was super excited.
Danielle Barber is the Teen Services Librarian at West Irving Library.
All librarians I know are readers. They've always loved it, and they had that aha moment when they were kids, and they want to pass it on.
And sometimes it just takes getting one kid connected with the right book to get them hooked on reading and involved in reading.
And that's the biggest goal of the North Texas Teen Book Festival, to promote literacy for teens, tweens, and young adults.
When you're a reader, you also do better on tests, and your vocabulary is better, and then you're prepared for college, and then the more you're prepared for college, the more success you're going to have when you enter the workforce.
Events like the North Texas Teen Book Festival help make the idea of literacy concrete for kids. They find librarians who link them to the things that they want to read.
You want romance? I want like
mystery and romance.
One of the best things about being a librarian is seeing the magic that happens when you connect a teen or a tween with a book.
And they connect with authors who just might inspire them to write, too.
If there's a book you want to see in the world and it doesn't exist, you have to write it yourself.
This is Kathy Feitman reporting.
Up next for the Irving Public Library, the annual Design a Bookmark contest. The contest is open through March 31st, and you can find out the details at cityofirving.org/library.
The Irving Symphony Orchestra has something breathtaking in store at their next concert, and then even more breathtaking for the one after that. Maestro Hector Guzman and Symphony President Marguerite Korkmaz are here with me with the details. It is always a joy to see you guys. Thank you so much for taking time to come and talk to me.
Thank you.
So this next concert is coming up fast. It's on Saturday, March 14th. Marguerite, can you tell us about it?
Yes, and we're so excited about it because we're considering our entire orchestra as our guest artist. We're calling it an orchestra showcase where we highlight our own orchestra.
That is wonderful.
And of course, individual members of the orchestra.
I know that because you've been with the orchestra for such a good long time, Hector, you know these musicians very well. What about them made you want to say, hey, it's all about you guys this time?
Well, we usually have a guest artist, and in fact, most concerts feature a guest artist, but very seldom do we get to showcase our own musicians. So that's what we're going to do. In each of the pieces, they shine, and then we're honoring about 5 musicians that have been with me for over 20 years.
Oh my gosh. So what kind of music did you select to show off what this orchestra knows how to do?
Well, the Pines of Rome, which is a huge, huge piece of music, the Capriccio Español by Rimsky-Korsakov, again, it features several of our principals, and well-known music by Bizet, like L'Arlésienne and Carmen, and even William Tell overture. So we have a little bit of everything.
That people will recognize and
immediately.
I think that's great. And then following that concert and concluding your 51st season, is that right? You've got something that I know people are absolutely going to love. Marguerite?
We're concluding the season with a spectacular of Gershwin music. And it's just fabulous, just fabulous. And we have a wonderful guest artist for that too.
Yeah, Lindsay Deutsch, which is an American violinist. She will be performing 2 pieces that are usually not for violin and orchestra originally, like Rhapsody in Blue and Extras from Porgy and Bess. You know, they're for singing, and then the other one's for piano.
Right.
But she has made her own arrangements for violin and orchestra. So that's going to be very unique. And in addition, we finished with, of course, An American in Paris. So it's going to be a spectacular conclusion to a very fine season.
I just love the way you guys program, I just have to say.
We have fun.
Wonderful music, great musical ideas, and of course, showcasing the orchestra is such a wonderful idea.
It is.
So thank you guys for being here. We're going to make sure, folks, that if you don't have your tickets for Saturday the 14th, you better get them quickly. And then the following concert, which concludes the season, comes up on April 11th.
Correct.
All righty. Check out irvingsymphony.com for more details and get your tickets at 972-252-ARTS. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you, Letitia.
University of Dallas MFA candidate Jessica Martinez explores fact, fiction, and whimsy in her new exhibit in the Irving Arts Center Focus Gallery. Here's a look at her work on display through March 22nd and list of whimsical things for you to do about town.
And here's some other exciting events happening about town. Irving Parks and Recreation hosts the Homeschool Dodgeball Tournament on Thursday, March 19th at 10 a.m. at Lee Park Recreation Center. And the South Irving Library celebrates its grand opening on Saturday, March 21st at 10 a.m. The new library is located at 601 Schultz Drive.
The Las Colinas Symphony Orchestra presents classical guitarist Jacob Cordover in concert Saturday, March 21st at 8 p.m. in Carpenter Performance Hall. Call 972-252-ARTS for ticket information. And that wraps up this edition of About Town. Thanks for joining us.
Please be sure to tune in next time for our preview of Mainstage Irving Las Colinas' production of A Flea in Her Ear, and we'll bring you highlights from the DFW Fiberfest 2015.
We'll also continue our series on Irving ISD artists with middle school's art show.
We'll leave you tonight with Big Jack and the Conspiracy in performance despite the rain. It was that bad, huh?
Yes, it was.
Letitia was there. She shot it at the R&B Half Marathon at the Urban Towers in Las Colinas. For About Town, I'm Kathy Whiteman.
And I'm Letitia Niembo. Have a great evening.
Train, train, train. Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain of fools. For 5 long years, I thought you were my man. Oh, 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 until you use me up. Oh, until you use me up. Oh, yeah. Talking about the things you do, it all depends on what you do. It ain't too bad the way you used to me, 'cause I sure am using you to do the things you do. Oh, to do the things you do. I'm just a good old country boy, good old country boy under my boot. Good old country boy, I wanna go back to my roots. I'm so tired of seeing life, everything much too fast. I'm used to the dirty road, smell of country grass. It's so high-tech, I don't want to ride on my brain. God knows I'm a country boy, I wanna go back to where I came. I'm just a good old country boy, still got country boy under my boot. A good old country boy, I wanna go back to my roots. I'm just a good old country boy, still got country boy under my boot. A good old country boy, I wanna go back to my roots. I'm so